And we can replace all of our stuff. I get that part. But there's something about house fires that just lingers.
A Central Arkansas community feeling the devastating effects after a fire at this apartment complex leaves several families homeless tonight. Thanks for joining us for KARK News at 10. I'm Hillary Hunt. KARK4 Susan O'Corey is back from Conway, where that blaze is now igniting a lot of support across the city. Isn't that right, Susan?
Yeah, Hillary, this fire cost 17 people their homes and almost all of their belongings. But even before the flames were out, volunteers stepped in to help. To passing cars,
there's something about house fires.
There's not much to see.
I mean, imagine waking up and you can't go back in your house.
But a recent fire at this Conway apartment is leaving scorch marks Bobby Kelly can't overlook.
Not being able to sort of get the image of that little girl out of my head.
When the flames started Friday, the city spokesman was all business, capturing drone video like this one.
I was just here learning.
That short clip is all he got as Kelly's focus shifted.
Y'all need to be talking to these little kids. They don't understand what's going on here.
Stepping in to recover what he could for families and young children who just lost their home.
She just wanted her school clothes and their dresser.
Firefighters say the water damage is so severe, this tape isn't coming down anytime soon. And folks living here only had about 5 minutes to get their stuff out before the building was boarded up.
And I got up in there, and it was just like a Rubbermaid drawer thing. You know, I was able to pick it up and just carry it. All of her stuff. The apartment is known as a safe haven for families already feeling enough heat. When everybody looks back on the folks that were affected, we'll remember like the good people that came to help. Sparking hope. I know that little girl's okay. That everything lost here can be replaced.
Firefighters say the flames started in the attic, but they're still trying to figure out what sparked them. Both the Conway Ministry Center and Red Cross are now helping the families find new homes. Back to you.
Thank you, Susan. Happy to see the community stepping up to help. Because safety matters, I want you to take a look at this guy. He was arrested yesterday by North Little Rock police. Albert Singleton is accused of, get this, running over a Veterans Affairs officer and breaking the officer's ankle while trying to escape a traffic stop. The arrest report says Singleton was refusing to show his ID and began to restart his car. That's when the officer grabbed Singleton's wrist, who reportedly dragged him about 25 feet before running that officer over. As of tonight, Singleton is booked in the Pulaski County Jail with no bond. And in Russellville, a man arrested for a shooting overnight. Multiple law enforcement agencies arrived here at the Shiloh Creek Apartments and found someone hit with a bullet. Pope County deputies and Russellville police arrested this guy, 18-year-old Marquise Montgomery, for first-degree battery and a string of drug and gun charges. The victim is reported to be in a local hospital in stable condition tonight. Well, the search still on in North Little Rock for the person who shot and killed a teenager. Reports show the officers were called to the Ridge apartment off of West Scenic around 9:30 Thursday night for reports of gunshots. That's where they found 19-year-old Jarvis Colin here in front of this building, shot multiple times. We're told he later died at a hospital. As for North Little Rock, this is her 17th homicide in 2019. A new state law that goes into effect later this month will tighten those restrictions on sex offenders. It's Act 262, and it requires sex offenders who are moving to a new address or job to notify their landlord or boss 5 days before getting there. They'll also have to tell their new city's police department within 5 days if they move within the state. Previously, they had 10. Officer Tyler Underwood with the West Fork Police Department says police across the state will be on top of this change.
It does cut it down, which will make us react quicker, but however, I don't foresee it being too big of a problem.
To say bigger departments have officers strictly dedicated to keeping an eye on sex offenders. Lots of those departments here in Central Arkansas. He says the new law will affect police in those cities more than the smaller places like West Fork. Well, get this, a business in Beebe, look at that, counting its blessings after a car came crashing through the building with people inside. Luckily, we're happy to report no one was hurt. KARK4's Rochelle Turner in studio after speaking with the owner of that shop. But I can't even imagine how shaken up they were. A car just barreling in there, Rochelle.
That's exactly right, Hillary. Good evening to you. There were lots of people that were shaken up. The store owner, Morgan Hall, says he doesn't know how the car managed to crash into the building, but just 30 minutes before it happened, the store was packed with customers. Morgan Hall tapes off part of the Junk House flea market in Beebe.
Well, right now you're going to see a mess.
This is exactly what's left behind after a car came crashing into the building Saturday.
Had a little bit of action around 3:45.
A worker was there when it all happened.
When the lady working that day called, she was rather shaken up. She said the sound just would not stop. And when she turned around, she saw the car inside the store.
Workers spent all afternoon cleaning up shattered glass, broken antiques, and boarding up this wall.
All of this that's now pushed up this way was about halfway down through the store.
Customers were inside when it happened, and Hall says he's just glad no one was hurt.
In the midst of all this, shards of glass hanging, they very easily could have went through somebody, but we're very thankful it didn't happen that way. Could have been a very different ending.
A different look for now, but Hall says he's just ready for things to be back to normal.
Yeah, after you've looked at it for so long the other way, it's kind of, it's very odd, very strange.
We reached out to BB Police to see if the driver would be facing any charges. We have yet to hear back. Now, Hall says the driver apologized, and now he's waiting on his insurance agent to assess some of the damages. The store will be back open tomorrow. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Rochelle. Happy no one was hurt. Little Rock's largest tourist event of the year wrapped up today. The ATA World Expo celebrates its 50th anniversary. That happened all week. Thousands of competitors, supporters, and of course those spectators took to parts of the River Market State House Convention Center. Look at that. The expo included a conference, a tournament, and other competitions and ceremonies. The event has called Little Rock home for 42 years.
It's a wonderful feeling to have people come to my hometown, and I get to share Little Rock with my friends from all over the country and all over the world.
They were all over Little Rock this week. The Little Rock Convention and Visitors Bureau predicts about $5 million came as a boost to the economy from this year's event. Well, we've got an update for you tonight. People seeking FEMA unemployment disaster assistance. A representative from FEMA actually just contacted us this evening saying the disaster recovery center located at the Reynolds Community Center in Jefferson County right there will be closed tomorrow, Monday the 15th, due to potential flooding because of the storms heading our way. Statewide, many FEMA recovery centers have updated their hours. We have a full list on our website. You want to go check that out. That's KARK.com. And we have those deadlines for applying for aid. Go check that out. Well, still to come, as those Arkansas temperatures climb to the Arkansana, it can get to some dangerous levels. We're going to have information on what you know so that you can stay safe out in the heat and the sun. Hayden.
Ukraine